Hey friend, I am here on one of the best ships ever, here on Odyssey of the Seas, and we are docked here in the beautiful Santorini, Greece. But listen, I am not getting off this ship. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why. There are thousands and thousands of people on this ship, and 99% of them are off and over there exploring Greece. But not me. I'm one of the very few passengers who is still on the ship. And so I'm going to talk to you about why I am not getting off in Santorini, Greece. And I'm also going to tell you about a few other things that happened to me while I was here on Odyssey of the Seas. So if you are ready, buckle up, because this is going to be some things that will surprise you about being full-time on cruise ships. Let's go. So, as I said, I'm here in Santorini, Greece. I've never been to Greece before, so definitely have never been to Santorini before. And I'm just not interested in going. And I do have actually some other cruises that are coming up going to Santorini. So, I may get off then. But let me tell you why, as beautiful as this destination is, I am not getting off the ship. If you're new here, hey, I'm Linnell, and I travel full-time on cruise ships, and this is everyday life for me. I was in poverty years and years and years ago. I did my time in corporate America, and now I am living my best life out here wherever God puts me on this big blue marble. And majority of my time, probably 80% of my time, is here on cruise ships. I do get off the ships occasionally to go see my doctor, to go visit family, and to do different things like that. There may be a time, maybe 1 or 2 days in between cruises, where I have a day or two in a hotel. I may be transferring on an airplane to go to a different location, whether it's a different part of the US or now here in Europe. But yeah, what I do here is very different than what most of the people on this ship and even you would do, because you all are on vacation. I am not. I am living this life on a regular basis. So the reason why I'm not getting off in Santorini is because, number one, I'm 55. I can't be getting off all these ships and running around all these different ports every day or every other day, however often they go. For instance, this is a 7-day cruise, and we have 4 stops. So we have Santorini is our first one. The next stop, I believe, is Mykonos. The next stop is Ephesus. And then the final stop is Naples, Italy. I am interested in going to see Pompeii, but I'm not getting off this cruise. I am planning to get off in Ephesus. Why? Because as a Christian, that is the one stop that intrigues me the most. I want to go and see the footsteps of where Paul walks. So I will be on an excursion, and if you are interested in seeing how that turns out, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and stay tuned, because I will be bringing you that content. So why don't I just get off at all the stops? Number one, again, I'm 55. If I get off at all these stops, I get a certain amount of steps in. But if I get off, I'm going to want to walk around all these different ports and see everything that's there. I'm going to want to try all the food. I'm going to want to do excursions. And I have to remember that on a week-to-week basis, I wasn't doing all that stuff when I was living in Atlanta. I was born in New Orleans, so I like to go to Saints games and watch football. I was raised in Orlando, so yeah, Mickey Mouse helped raise me, and I'm all about theme parks. I love everything Disney. And then when I left Orlando, I moved over to South Carolina for a while, lived in Illinois, and then I was in Atlanta for about 7 years before I packed up everything, sold my house, got a divorce, quit the job, and started doing this full time. Make sure my microphone is still on. So I have to think like, okay, when I'm living, whether I'm on land or on a cruise or doing nomadic life, traveling around to different countries, it's a totally different mindset because I'm not on vacation. When you're on vacation, you spend Ubers of money, you treat yourself, you eat extra things that you normally wouldn't eat because you know you're going back to your regular life and everything's gonna be hunky-dory. For me, now that I'm traveling full time, this is my regular life. So I can't just stop and do everything. And just like when I was at home on land, I would pick and choose what I would do on my weekends or even during the day, not even during the day, even during the week when I decided I wanted to go somewhere. I wasn't gonna go nowhere every other day. That stuff, one, it runs your pockets. Two, it gives me way more steps than little old me can handle. I'm at around 7,000 steps per day. But when I actually go out, when I'm traveling, so going to airports and stuff, even going from ships to hotels or walking around these ports or going on excursions, those can add up to around 20,000 or more steps every time I do it. And when I do that, listen, I obviously am not in the best of health. You don't tell me nothing that I don't already know. But when I do those type of things, I'm down for the next day, the whole day. I'm popping me some bareback and body. I am just chilling in the room. If I sit still too long, I get stiff. All the old lady problems that people talk about when they get up to a certain age. And yes, if I was in better health, you know, maybe that would be a different story. But it is what it is, and I know my body. So you have to think about that, whether you're going to be living full-time on cruise ships or traveling abroad, doing slow travel, or living van life, or whatever life it is that you are doing. If you are trying to do one of these non-traditional lifestyles, you have to cater it to you. So I'm catering this to me. And I know some people are going to be so disappointed. Oh my gosh, I wanted to see your footage when you go to Santorini. I'm not saying I'm never going to Santorini. I have another cruise coming up right after this one. And it goes to Santorini also. It actually goes to, I believe it goes to all 4 of the same stops. I believe. I'm not 100% sure offhand right now. But yeah, when I get on that ship, I haven't decided yet because I have some friends. We're going on a group cruise. So once I get on there, I might decide, everyone else is going to this and I want to hang out with these people. And so this is the excursion or the port that I want to get out and actually walk around and see. So yeah, I get this beautiful landscape to sit here and look at while I'm chilling here in the hot tub, which is something that obviously is better when there's nobody here on the ship except me and a few of my other friends. I heard that Greece and some of the places that we're going to, it's kind of like for those who are who cruise a lot, whether they live on ships or not, but those who are in America and they live on ships a lot, sometimes they go to the same destinations over and over. So it might be Miami, it might be Nassau, Bahamas, it might be Cozumel, Mexico. So the ship for them and for me is the destination. So once you've experienced it, unless there's something else that you're like, oh, I want to experience something else. Like for me, it might be, I just want to go shopping. I just want to go grocery shopping in Nassau today. Or yeah, I want to taste something different than what's on the ship. So I'm going to go to a restaurant over here in Cozumel. Or I got a craving for some flan. So when I get to Miami, I'm going to get off the ship. I'm going to take the trolley. I'm going to go to Little Havana and get me some flan, right? So we do have those options. We're not stuck of what the ship has to offer, but the ship is definitely the destination. And that leads me to the next point. This ship is amazing. I'm gonna do my best the little time on here. Let me tell you, honey, 7 days is not enough time to be on Odyssey of the Seas or any of these bigger ships. I would say for Royal Caribbean, Oasis class and higher, 7 days is not enough. Especially when half your time is gonna be at ports and you getting off the ship. There's so much to see and do. It's only day 2. So we got on the ship, we had all day yesterday at sea, and now we're here in Santorini. So not even a whole 48 hours yet. But I've only seen maybe 10% of the ship, and I'm gonna do my best to bring you a ship tour. I'm trying not to do traditional ship tours. I'm trying to bring you ship tours where you see the actual activities that are on the ship. And with Royal Caribbean, that's kind of hard to do because they have so many freaking activities on their ships. There's probably like 10 things at any time, if not more. And there's probably at least 4 or 5 that you want to go to at the same time. Now, sometimes, most of the time, they're done multiple times. So you do have an opportunity, but to see, you know, if you missed something because you saw something else. But I don't think there's even a possibility for you to see everything on this ship in 7 days. If somebody's able to do that on Odyssey of the Seas or any Oasis class ship and higher, you let me know. Because if I was going to be on this ship and I said I want to see everything, as in not just go walk by and film it and then keep going. No, I want to actually watch the whole 45-minute show. I want to actually stay and for the whole sail-away party. I want to actually go and watch the whole belly flop contest. I want to go and see the whole, what do you call it, when the live bands are either at on the pool side or when the live bands are over in, I don't know all the places on the ship yet. I think it's called the music hall. There's a welcome aboard show with live band in the theater, all over the place, too much. So yeah, that's what I plan to bring you. So if you're interested in seeing the type of activities that I've actually participated in on this ship, and maybe I'll bring you some clips of some things that I saw as I was walking to my activity, then stay tuned because I'm going to bring you that video. But of course later, because I haven't seen a lot yet. Still got more to see and do. All right, so what else? Let me see. So something crazy happened to me. I ain't gonna say Royal Caribbean tried to kill me, but this is something that you need to know, whether it's on cruise ships or really anywhere. But I don't know, I'm not gonna say that I got comfortable, but maybe I got comfortable because I've been on, I don't even know, 40 something Royal Caribbean cruise ships. And so I'm used to the food in the main dining room, the Windjammer, which is their buffet if you've never been on their ship, the pizza, the Sorrento's pizza, and then all the ships have different other venues, right, of different places that you can eat at, whether it's specialty restaurants or included restaurants. Like this one, I think it has one called 270. I haven't been in that yet. But anyway, back to my story. So what happened was, I was in the casino a little later than I probably should have. I met a very lovely couple. Hey friends. I met so many people. Let me see. Who was I with last night? That was Miss Cheryl and Mr. Dave. Hey friends. They are an awesome couple. Anyway, back to the story. So we was out late and we was chit-chatting. They hadn't closed the casino and we was still out there just talking away. So anyway, I got up late. I heard them say I saw at my, because I have an ocean view cabin. I saw at my cabin that we were here. I saw the big mountain. I don't know if that's what it's called. I'm guessing it's a mountain. I saw it out my window and I went back to sleep. And then I heard them over the announcement saying, you know, they're letting people off and they got all these tender boats. So tender boats is the smaller boats where you get off the cruise ship because the cruise ship can't go that close to the actual land because of reefs or whatever is down up under the ocean. So I heard them calling for the tender boats and I kept dozing off, going back to sleep, waking up. What's going on out there? I didn't even realize by the time I got up, it was lunchtime. I'm like, whoa. And then I heard them say the last tender boat, anybody who wants to get on the tender boat, if you don't have a ticket, go ahead and get on. Everybody can get off the ship. So I'm going over to the Windjammer, thinking I'm gonna get me some breakfast, right? This lady say the Windjammer closed, and I'm like, a crew person. I'm like, that Windjammer ain't closed. I see people in there and I see food. I'm going in anyway. She didn't tell me not to go. She just said it was closed as she was passing me. I go in and they're getting rid of all the breakfast and they putting lunch out. And I'm like, really? Well, I thought they were putting lunch out. I'll just tell you ahead of time. By the time I was finishing there, because lunch is usually from, what, like 11-ish to maybe 3:30-ish. By the time I got my food, I filmed a little bit. It took me less than a minute to film. Got my food, went through this story that I'm going to tell you about, and finished eating. They were closing the Windjammer. They were like, they say it like this, but they were like, girl, we don't know what you're doing. You gotta, I don't care if you go home, but you gotta get up out of here. So anyway, so what happened? Normally when I eat in the Windjammer buffet, when I eat stuff, I'll try and because I want to try new foods and experiences. That's what this life is all about, right? So I don't get a lot of everything. So unless I'm like, if I get a burger and fries, I'm getting a burger and fries. But if there's different things on the menu, like the buffet I want to try, I'll get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, so I can try everything. And then if I don't like something, I don't, it doesn't really bother me that it's wasted because it's only a little bit, right? So I saw this spaghetti and they had this sauce. I'll try to put the name up on the screen. I think I filmed it. And it's like, that doesn't look like regular spaghetti sauce. It has olives in it. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. But then as I was getting ready to scoop it, I'm like, wait, no, there's some other stuff in here too. So I asked the person, I said, can you tell me, because I'm allergic to capers. I found out in 2021 that I was allergic to capers. I remember it was so bad, I wasn't thinking I was going to die, but I was this close to going to the hospital, which I didn't need to go. Benadryl did its thing. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Yes, I consulted a medical professional, all that stuff. Don't worry about all that. Anyway, so I know that capers are usually in Italian food and sometimes fish, salmon, whatever. So I just double checked because it was Italian food, and I checked with someone there and they said, no, there's no capers in it. They're like, no. The first person I asked, they didn't know if it had capers or not. So they went and asked the supervisor, who was like a few feet away. And the supervisor was like looking at it and he was like, no, I don't think so, but let me just double check. I'm gonna call the chef. So he calls the chef and I go to get other stuff, and then I come back and he's like, nope, I double checked with the chef, there's no capers in it, you're safe, go ahead. So I scooped the spaghetti on there, put a little sauce on it, got my other little things that I got that I was gonna try for lunch. And I started stirring the spaghetti sauce around, and I see these little green balls in there. I'm not sure if they're green. They look greenish to me, but these little balls in there, I'm like, I don't know if they come in different sizes or what, and it's been a long time since I even looked at a caper because I don't want to look at them jokers too long. I might break out. But I'm stirring up the food and I see these balls in there. I'm like, I take the plate back to the guy who told me that the chef said no, and he was like, and I said, you sure this not capers? I said, I don't want to eat this if it's capers. I said, what is this? Is it a different kind of peas or something like that? And he looked at it, he's like, no, that's capers. He said, let me take this plate and go show it to the chef. I'm going to get back to you. So I went, I gave him the plate. I went and I got, oh, I'm so glad I did. I went and got me some roasted chicken and just stuff that I know that I'm familiar with, that the simple stuff, right? So roast chicken, I got a pork chop, I got some mashed potatoes and gravy, and then there was a little sauce next to the pork chop I was gonna try. It was a mustard sauce, and I don't really like mustard, but I said I'm gonna give it a shot, right? Trying to experiment my palate a little bit. If I don't like it, I don't eat it. So I go to sit, and I'm starting to eat, and before I know it, the guy comes back with the plate, the chef comes out, and another supervisor comes out. So all three of them are like profusely apologizing. Oh my gosh, that is capers. And the chef was like, he was so humble with it. He was like, I thought the guy would say the marinara, so it was a little miscommunication, but I'm so sorry, I apologize. Are you okay? And they went above and beyond. It was not, well, allergies are a big deal, so I'm kind of glad that they did do what they did in case it was something more serious for someone who actually ate the item, but I didn't eat it, so I didn't feel like it was all that serious, but they took it very seriously. So I am very proud of Royal Caribbean for making sure that I was okay and not just saying, oh, we sorry, and going back about their life. So anyway, I just told them, going forward, I'll double check, but I suggest, if possible, that I've seen on other cruise lines, I ain't saying which other cruise lines, but I've seen where the label is for what the food item is, they also just in parentheses say if there's anything in there that people might be allergic to. So the main ingredients, not your salt, pepper, sugar, but yeah, your capers, your nuts, your mushrooms, your olives. People might be allergic to those things. And I've seen it on other cruise lines, and I know Royal Caribbean is one of the best, so I know that they can do it. I don't expect them to change it for little old me, but hey, closed mouths don't get fed, right? So if it ever changes on Royal Caribbean, I'm taking claim for it. Even if I wasn't the inspiration for it, if it ever happens next year, 5 years, 10 years from now, I got this video, I'm taking claim. So anyway, the guy who took the plate from me, he said, when you come in the Windjammer, if you could do us a favor and just grab one of us in the white shirts, and we will escort you and just let you know if anything has anything in it that you're allergic to, whether it's capers or anything else. And I'm like, you know me, I'm not gonna put nobody out like that. I said, no, it's not that serious. And plus, I don't want nobody following me around. And it just feels and sounds weird, even though they're taking an abundance of precaution and they're going above and beyond, which I expect from Royal Caribbean, but I was not expecting that. So I said no. I said, normally I eat in the main dining room anyway, but, oh, what time is it? But if I do decide to come back to the Windjammer, I kind of do like I did and just ask one of you, you know, it doesn't have capers in it, because that's the only thing that I know of that I'm allergic to. And he said, well, you might grab something like a sauce or something, and you might not see a caper in it, but it might have shaved capers. I don't imagine they're back there shaving capers. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe. I never heard of it, but he's like, well, it might have capers in it, and you just can't see it and don't know. So we'd rather you be cautious of it. Be more cautious and just have one of us check first. So I don't think I'm going to do that. We shall see. I don't know if I'm going to go to one extreme and never go to the buffet again. I'm sure that is highly unlikely. Or go to the other extreme and just do what I did today and just get the plain food, right? Not plain food, because that food was seasoned very good. The regular stuff, the baked chicken, the mashed potatoes, the salads, the stuff that there's no question that there's no capers in it, or the middle ground, which is what he's asking me to do, and that's either what I did today or have one of them check everything that's not normal, that wouldn't normally have capers in it. Like the sauce that I had on my plate for the pork chops, that could have had shaved capers in it, right? I didn't know. I didn't eat that sauce because of that very reason. But anyway, they were amazing. So yeah, that was my, oh my gosh, I almost ate capers, but I didn't, so I'm fine. Especially after I just came back from Rome and I was sick when I was on land, and then I get on here to my happy place and all my sickness has gone away. I definitely don't want to invite any kind of trouble into this body. I want to talk about this ship though, because I ain't even seen maybe 10-15% of the ship, but the thing that I've seen so far, this is my first time. I think this is called is it Ultra Quantum Ultra? If I'm saying it wrong, somebody correct me in the comments. The class of ship is a Quantum Ultra, and it has this big, you can't see it from this angle because there's a thing above, but anyway, what's the thing called? I forgot what it's called. I put it on the screen. But anyway, so this sun is kicking my butt. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I've never been on this. This is my first time on this class of Royal Caribbean ships, and I'm feeling some type of way about it. I still got more of the ship to see, but so far I've seen the atrium, not atrium. I don't know what it's called. It's not an atrium and it's not a promenade. Where the guest services desk is, that's what I'm gonna call it for now. I'll figure out something else later. But in my head, it's like the difference between when you go buy a house and you say, I want an open floor plan, as opposed to a traditional floor plan where the kitchen is by itself, is a separate room, the dining room is a separate room, the living room is a separate room. Open floor plan, you got all three in this one giant space and you can watch TV while you're cooking and all that stuff. That's what this one feels like. It's like, it's stuck in the middle, right? So on the lower class ships, that ain't come out right. The earlier class of ships, they have an atrium, right? So the atrium is right there. All the activities are there. There's usually this bright, thing going all the way up to the top of the ship. But anyway, yeah. And then on the newer ships, they have the promenade where guest services and everything is like the open floor plan in the house. Everything is right there. You can have a long parade going down those promenades. They're so long. I'm not sure what class of ships started those. But anyway, this is somewhere stuck in the middle. It's like I think everything is on deck 4. And guest services was there. So I went to go, you know me, I'm finna try and see if I got another cruise that I can squeeze in. I'm not squeezing it in. Nope, my bad. I'm replacing another cruise with a Royal Caribbean cruise. I talked about that in another video. So, but before I book it, I need to get me a next cruise certificate so I can get that onboard credit. So I'm going to look for next cruise, and it ain't over by guest services. I'm like, where is next cruise? I had to ask somebody. And so it's over in a different section on a different deck towards, is it the back or front of the ship? One of the ends of the ship is not in the middle where the guest services is, like it is on all the other ships. Even on the ones at the atrium, it's usually near, next cruise is usually near guest services. And then I get up to next cruise, it's not a room by itself like it normally is. It's open, and there's this thing called 270. I'm like, oh, do tell, I've never heard of this. So yeah, it's this little cafe type restaurant where you can get snacks and stuff. I think they close early around 6. And then there's this big opening to 270. And supposedly it's called that. A friend of mine, what is her name? I just met all these people. Miss Karma. Miss Karma was telling me, yes, I could have did the research, but I live on cruise ships. I don't really care. I just want to be on the ship. So I ain't doing no research like that. I'm going to find it as I go. Miss Karma was telling me that it's called that because the view from that part of the ship is 270 degrees. And it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I think I even like that better than the front of Star of the Seas. Don't get it twisted. Star is still my favorite ship. But that front of the ship, I got a bad memory, so I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to stop saying I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm just going to put it on the screen. How about that? But yeah, I mean, they had comfy sofas, and they were doing Zumba, and it was just an amazing spot. Actually, there's a show there tonight that I'm going to go see. I'm not going to put it in this video because I'm going to edit this video right now as soon as I'm done. But I'll put that later in the not ship tour video where I'm where I'm telling you, showing you all the activities on the ship. But yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, I don't like that, at least right now. Maybe I'll get used to it. Again, I've only been on this ship for 2 days. Not even, I think it's right at 48 hours now. But I don't like it so far. Have you been on this type of class ship? Do you like it? I'm used to either the atrium, maybe it's because I'm not used to it. I'm used to either the atrium is right there where all the stuff is, and then everything else is somewhere around it, or the open floor plan where it's the whole long promenade and all the stuff is there, the shops, the guest services, the next cruise, the pub, all that stuff. But yeah, it's different here. And I don't know, maybe because it's new. What else? Oh, another thing I don't like. I'm like, what did they do? Who designed this? Who? There is I don't know the right term for it, but I'm going to call it a seaside theater. There's a seaside theater on this deck 14, right? Wait, it's right there behind me. All right, so my camera's like, no, I'm only looking at your face. So, but to see the seaside theater, we have to sit like right here around the edges, around this opening. If you can see this opening going around. But the spot that has the really good seats, as soon as I got on the ship, I'm like, oh, that is a really nice spot to sit and watch the seaside theater, a movie on the screen. No, friend. That thing says, what does it say? That is the suite sun deck. So if you ain't Pinnacle or Masters or you got a suite, you ain't getting up in there, which I ain't got none of. So I do not have access to that. And I don't like that to watch a movie. Again, I'm still new. It ain't been but 48 hours and I ain't seen no movie yet. I can't see the seating. I don't know who did that configuration and why it's like that. The only other way to get a good seat is to sit at the pool, but then even then you're looking up, you know, so your neck. But that might be a comfortable spot. I don't know. But so I ain't expecting them to go and change the whole ship, the whole class of ships. Maybe they learned their lesson over on the Icon class after they finished I don't know what order they did the ships in. I'm making up stuff now. But yeah, anyway, so far that has been my first 48 hours here, traveling full time on cruise ships here on Odyssey of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas. in Santorini, Greece. So you watch to the end, do me a favor. That means you are a regular and you are a friend of mine. Do me a favor, tell me the truth. Are you mad that I did not get off the ship in Santorini? Even though I had a good excuse, are you like, man, I want to see that video. I know there's a bunch of videos, but I watched this channel and I want to see Linnell doing crazy, crazy stuff over in Santorini, Greece. Are you mad at me? Sorry, not sorry. But again, I will bring you the stuff from Ephesus, which is not as exciting as Santorini, but to me, this is my life and I want to do the things that brings me joy. All right, friend, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. This is the first Odyssey of the Seas video that I'm making. If you want to see more Odyssey of the Seas videos, either hang tight or watch one of these videos here. This one is gonna go up first, but after I make the other videos, I will link them: cabin tour, excursion, other stuff that I learned about Odyssey of the Seas, my unofficial ship tour where I show you the activities. I'm gonna link those here after I've made the other videos. And so yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have an amazing day and I hope to see you on the next cruise.